I'm Jack Marx, and this is the little space where I do my thing. Well, we're in a garage down the back of the house. Initially, I was sentenced here because I was a smoker, but that's no longer the case. I chew toothpicks now. The picture in prominence at the back of the desk is a photograph of the Old Town Bar in New York City, which is the best bar in the world and the one I always wish to be in. If I'm getting a bit bogged down, I always stare at that picture and sink into it and remind myself that if I do a good job, I might be able to fly over and have a drink there to reward myself. A very corny but charming gift that someone gave me. It's a CD player meant to replicate the dashboard of Charles Lindbergh's Spirit of St. Louis. I usually have that on most nights. I write always at night when everyone's asleep, and because of some of the things I often write about, I tend to get a little paranoid sometimes. So I've got my arsenal hanging up there by the door. Best be over-prepared is my motto. By the end of a night, there'll be a whole lot of little pieces of wood, as if a woodpecker's been here from chewing all the toothpicks. I go through them even more than I went through cigarettes, but that's what you got to do to get off them. Jason Benjamin painted that in 2000, I believe. It's entitled How Much Is Enough. He never told me what he meant by that exactly, but I can guess. It's a good painting to look at because it just reminds me of how close I came to blowing the lot. The large cabinet in which the books sit was some deceased estate from some horrible garish home, but it suits me right down to the ground. This General Electric stereogram is some 30 plus years old, entirely solid state, made out of wood. It's just a relic of my youth. I remember my dad and mum playing their horrible old Cha-Cha and Tijuana records on it. I actually think I'd like to scoop the insides of it out and have it as my coffin when the day arrives. I think that would be pretty neat. I've always felt a bit like a gate crasher at a party when it comes to writing. Always fearful that someone's going to come up and tap me on the shoulder and ask me where my invite is. I don't like the process of writing at all. I feel very envious of other writers who I see talk about how enjoyable they find the process. I find the process awful. It's like dentistry with me being in the chair. I haven't changed since I was at school. I was the kid at school who started his 6-week project on the Sunday night before it was due on the Monday morning. It's exactly the same. I don't know what to do about that. I don't think there's anything I ever will be able to do about that. Deadlines are the things that I require. They're the rockets I need up my kazoo. I've also got some recordings of traffic in cities that I often put on, and it can easily convince me that I'm deep in the heart of a metropolis somewhere. I have to be taken away from where I am in order to do this. I prefer to believe I'm kind of like Batman alone in the top of this citadel where I can't do anything, but there is nothing to be done but what I'm doing.